All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah HaQuadash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of the great millstone who taught us this truth. I'm the servant, Milchamah-ba, Yasha Allah, coming back at you with another video. And this video here is going into this guy here. He's a retired colonel. See, his name is Lawrence Wilkinson. Okay, he says he's a former U.S. Secretary Chief of Staff. So this guy, I woke up this morning with my TV on, and he was explaining what was going on over in with the war between beginning with Israel and the Israelis and the Iranians, Iran. Okay, so what happened was he was going into what was actually happening, the latest update, and I think this is the name of his channel, called Lawrence Wilkinson's Update. And I tried to look for it, but he's nowhere online. I thought I had saved it on my watch later, which I couldn't find it. So, which I probably couldn't have saved it anyway. They probably would have, exit channel out or take my channel down from off of YouTube's website if I would have had anything or post anything that's going into it. And but this guy here, he had a lot to say about what's going on over in Israel with Iran bombing every I guess you can say entrance point for anything that's going in and out of Iran. I mean, Israel. Okay, Iran bombed their I think the trains tracks, their airport landing pad, or whatever you want to call it. And so, and them doing that was very strategic, and they know everything in Iran has been imported into that I guess you can call it, or they call it, a state of Iran, right? Okay, so Iran is really it's a desert. Nothing can grow there basically. Okay, so they have to have everything imported. And what the smart thing that the Iranians had done was to bomb every locomotive or anything that's dealing with transport. So they, so nothing can come in and nothing can go out. So what the thing is that they can't get any food or any type of substance in and or out of that place. So really, what's coming in is what they need, is because this guy here says there was 150,000 Iranian Salaki, Israeli troops starving over there. Okay, he said they're starving because they can't get any food in. Okay, because the way they get food is through the United States government or Air Force or however. Okay, so they can't get anything in there. Okay, so they're starving. And he said also that the difference between a person or a soldier that has food and the soldier that's starving, a soldier that's starving is not going to be the same soldier. Okay, so I mean that made a hell of a lot of sense. Okay, and I know this here is going into what they had in Pakistan, but it's another one. I just wanted to put his face up. Okay, I want to put this guy here face up so you can see who he is. Okay, so he knows a lot. Okay, he has a lot of inside information, and a lot of the things that he was saying on this YouTube channel, man, you had to have an inside plug to, know all of this. You never see this on mainstream news. And I want to make this fast, and so this is right here. If what that guy, retired colonel, this is what's gonna happen, man. Because if they can't get anything over there, you know, you know, it's gonna be a bad situation. They're gonna start dying after a while. This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. It says, "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he had taken against Edom, and his purposes that he had proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." Okay? And, this is talking about America and Israel. Israel drawing America out into pretty much fighting a war for them, which they've been doing that lately anyway. But, but with a little help, from the Israelis, I guess keeping the fort down basically, or, having a closer aim at Iran, but with the backing of the United States military. So it's crazy, man. I was like, damn, that was very strategic of Iran for them to know to do this. Which they said they've been training for this war here for 20 years. This guy said the exact same thing. They've been training for 2 decades. Okay. So, hey, man, hey, knowing we probably won't hear too much about it, on mainstream news, but hey, this guy here has a lot of information. If you can look him up or maybe find his channel, you're going to find a lot of information. Because I tried to find it, but, I wasn't able. I was just finding, him as being a host on other people's channels, okay, or YouTube channels. But, yeah, man, this gonna escalate. Okay, let's read verse 21. It says, "The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry of the north thereof was heard in the Red Sea." And that's over there by the the valley of Jehoshaphat. Verse 22, it says, "Behold, he shall come up and fly as an eagle and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pains." Okay? So that's the time that they're in now. If you're a soldier over there and you're not, you're starving, and you probably, I don't know how long he said that they were without, food or whatever, but, 1 or 2 days, a lot of people are losing it. Okay? Which that's going to be, part of the judgment over here in Babylon the Great. Okay, so, hey, we stay tuning and keeping it locked in. So, yeah, you're going to see a lot of, bodies over there, man, once this war go full-fledged. And it looks like it's beginning to be full-fledged because, if they can't get anything in and out of, over there in Israel, then, they're going to have to use drastic measures, meaning, more and more powerful bombs and possibly intercontinental ballistic missiles over there, and then that's probably going to draw all these different nations to come, and fight and side with whoever they're going to fight for, side with. So I want to touch on that, and I probably put his name in there in the title. Lawrence Wilkinson. Wilkinson is a retired U.S. Army colonel and a former chief of staff to the U.S. United States Secretary of State Colin Powell. About I guess he said he was in there with Bush, okay, George George Bush, okay, it said of the state Colin Powell about rehabilitating statements or reliable statements and evidence given by Israel government, IOFF, intelligence media. So I'm in it there next time. Until the next time, Shalom.